Seriously, I was so inspired by the idea of possibility. And I saw what you were doing. I remember listening to your calls. I was like, all right, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I see other examples like that too. And I remember what my running back coach said. He said, if you have a vision for something, find a way to keep going towards it. And my vision at the time was just freedom. Whatever that meant to me was just freedom. That's what I wanted. But what I found was that, and I'm just not sure if you guys listening to this ever felt this, where it feels like you're going 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back. It was like I was trying so freaking hard, but nothing I was doing was working. And I literally was doing what I was supposed to. I was working, I was putting in the time, I was trying. And why was it that my business wasn't getting me to where I wanted to be, even though I was doing the right things? What was I missing? And sometimes God's delays are not God's denials. Sometimes you're meant to learn a lesson. Sometimes you're meant to see something, because sometimes life gives you little subtle clues as to what you need to pay attention to. I call these feathers, right? They dust you with a feather and you don't pay attention. Then life, writes a little note, ties it around a brick and throws it through your window and says, pay attention to this, but you don't pay attention because you're too pissed off the window broke. But the note and the lesson sitting in your living room. And then eventually life hits you with a truck and says, pay freaking attention. And so life kept beating me over the head with these lessons of what I needed to learn. And notice the question I was asking, what am I missing? That was the question I was asking, not an empowering question. So I started to get in my head, right? I was like, am I just not destined to succeed? Am I destined for mediocrity? Is it not in the cards for me? And I remember I literally had people on my team quitting saying, if all it took was hard work, you'd already be successful. And so I'm starting to feel like a failure to be a strong provider, failure in business, all this stuff. And I remember I was at the point where seeing other successful people made me feel less than. I'm sure that plenty of people can relate to that. I craved it, but watching them fly by me when they started after me, I felt like I wasn't enough. And so on one hand, here's a huge dream. And on the other hand, here's zero belief that I can actually make it happen. And I kept trying to find the missing piece, the strategy, right? The invite thing, the tracking system, the morning routine. And it didn't work for me, but it seemed to work for everyone else. And I got burnt out. I'd find myself at 11 p.m. sitting on the couch feeling sorry for myself, just begging, my computer staring at me, begging me to change my life. And it was like I just didn't care, even though I cared so much. And I got kind of burnt out and I slipped into this feeling of like a mini depression. And I'm sure people can relate to this, where you feel like you're in that down state about how your life isn't changing. And then you're pissed off at yourself for being in that state. And I pretended so hard I was fine, but on the inside, I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? And my mentor said, you need to learn to master your mindset. You need a mindset coach. But I was $92,000 in debt. Something felt right about it. So I remember I maxed out my very last credit card to hire a coach. 92 grand in debt, maxed out my last credit card. What's $6,000 more, right? That's what my thought was. And on our very first call, she said something that changed my life forever. She's guided me to this day, and it led me to what I know in my heart I'm meant to do with my life, my ultimate pivot. But it led me to something powerful. And I was telling her how I wanted this so bad. I'm trying so hard. I'm doing this stuff. Why isn't this working? And she said, Brad, you are so attached to success that you're missing the whole point of success. You're under the impression that you shouldn't be where you are right now. She said, Brad, business success and money will never cause lasting happiness. Happiness and appreciation for your life will lead to success. And if you ever want to succeed, you need to appreciate everything about your childhood, everything about your money situation, your business, all of it. You need to find a way to love where you are right now, because appreciation is the master skill to business and life. And
okay, let's just jump right there. Say that one more time, because I think that applies everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's so I mean, you and I can talk about the universe and all the energy and vibration all day long, but it's so interesting that you're sharing that, because this morning in my workout, my trainer said, if you don't love where you are right now, it's not going to matter where you go from here.
Yes.